Oh no, can we fast forward?
Hey guys, it's Callie from E1U Enlightenment, and I'm
You
really
can't torture them with the whole thing again.
open calls every single Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and you're welcome anytime. Now, I was going to do this presentation from my home office, make this little recording for all of you guys as an introduction. I'm going to be hosting your presentation tonight, and I just wanted to give you a face with the voice. Now, I was going to make this from the home office, but I was thinking about it, and I'm like, the whole point of what we do online is that we want to take back our freedom, am I right? So, right now, today, I wanted to come to you from a really fun location, and this is about as fun as it gets in the second smallest town in Pennsylvania. Check out the waterfall. Anyway, I'm so happy to have you guys here. Please stay tuned for the presentation. Stay on to the end because there's so much greatness happening on this meeting tonight.
In order to get to know us, you need to know how we started. Many of us have known each other for well over a year, and we come from all over. Each of us have different backgrounds, different skill sets, but over time, we have become such a unit. Like, it's kind of like cells. You know how every cell has its function in our bodies? Well, we are the workhorses with a common goal, finding that pathway to make this work for everyone. So when you join someone in our group, you're not just getting their support, you get the whole family. The best part, you'll actually be learning while you're earning. Okay, so now that you've met me and you've met the team, let's meet our CEO, Peter Wolfing. Peter's been in the industry for over 30 years. He's a major marketing guru, and he has over 400,000 happy affiliates worldwide, who combined have earned over $100 million in gross commissions. You guys, that's crazy. Peter has a super trustworthy name in the industry too, due to his experience and his integrity. He's very family-oriented and hands-on. He even comments on our Facebook posts or shouts out on his live videos. He really, truly feels that our success is his success. And you'll get to know him better later on. But right now, you're probably wondering, what is Easy One Up? Easy One Up is essentially education. Peter has created this amazing training portal that will teach you everything you need to know to turn your passion into a paycheck. What does that mean? You know how people pay to go to school online and it's free? And a lot of times they go into debt and then they get a decent job when they get out of school. Well, what we sell are digital education courses or business courses that are basically guaranteed to help you be successful online with whatever it is you want to be successful in online. And obviously this is a lot cheaper than paying for those college classes. And on top of all of that, you can resell the courses for 100% of the commission instantly, over and over per site. The world is changing, guys. When Amazon passed Walmart as the biggest retailer consumer store in the world, and they don't even own one store, shouldn't that be a sign? There's like 68 Macy's stores that are closing, 190 JCPenney's, 450 Payless shoe stores are closing. It's time to wake up. The reason why so many of us are getting involved in online business is because the online world isn't a scam. It's how businesses are transforming. Modern day hustler has adapted to these techniques, and self-made millionaires are popping up globally with 100% of the businesses all from their smartphones. In this new information age, the power of technology, we can internet and social media the opportunity to build the life of your dreams. You can let technology control you in this new economy, or you can take advantage of technology. You're on Facebook anyway. 100% of people fail because they never take a risk at all. Our generation, parents especially, are turning to the internet more and more to supplement their income. Now, I'm not saying run out there and quit your job, but why not take some of your spare time and invest it into your future right now? So now that we got that scam nonsense out of the way, the next question is always, how much is it? Here you will see a breakdown of the packages. Each package has different courses and trainings inside, so you should get back into contact with whoever invited you to this presentation to see which one is the best fit for your needs. For me, it was the Vertex Elite package. That one had a dropshipping and an Amazon course that I was extremely interested in. I've actually already put those skills to use, and I'm making small commission for everything I buy from Amazon now using my own affiliate link. And who would want to get paid for shopping, right? Okay, I'll break it down. So, whatever level you come in on, the company gives you every level below that for free. So, not only do you get a wonderful training in every level, you can also make commissions every time you sell one of those good packages too. Now, that is amazing. You're always going to get 100% of the commission. However, you can't sell something you don't own, right? So, if someone does a package that you don't own, that sale will roll up to your sponsor or their sponsor or whoever does own that higher package. And this is how you're able to make a massive income. Guys, nothing can compare to this compensation plan. So, why should you join UNU Enlightenment? Are there perks? Heck yeah! There aren't very many active Easy One Up teams, and no one really holds training calls. But we care about your success. We have a private training and an open meeting every single week, and we offer basic and more advanced training to anyone, no matter what level. We also offer complete setup for anyone who starts from the highest levels. And I'm a hand holder. I think most of us are. I mean, hell, I'll even hold both of your hands. We're almost so obsessively supportive. My favorite perk of all would definitely be learning the best ways on how to make a business. When I first started, I used to mess it at least 50 people a day. And most people, I thought my thumbs were going to fall off.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's right, Sweet Brown. We sure don't. So, like Douglas here says, to do the job right, you need the right tools. Now, I told you automation was my favorite, but what we teach is next level stuff. A lot of these companies will tell you to reach out to friends and family or share it with everyone you know. We teach you to use the power of social media and some pretty kick-ass tools to reach out to people all over the world who are already interested in what you have to offer. So our automation methods are going to save you so much time. Eventually, you may even be able to make sales in your sleep. Now you gotta check this out. This is what an inbox on automation looks like. So, I want to be really open with you right now. This is a business, not a job. Money is not going to start magically popping out of your smartphone as soon as you sign up. There are no secrets, really, but you do need to show up for your business. And as for the requirements, there aren't really any, but good website and a positive attitude will definitely get you going. And to make setting up a little easier, I do recommend having a laptop or a computer. Well, by now, I hope you have seen the earning potential. If you're so skeptical, no worries. We're just getting started. What if I told you that someone has already made over $1 million with this company? Would you believe me? Well, this is my Clemenceau with Peter at the live event. Yeah, we have those too. Michael is always at the top of the leaderboards. He was one of the very first people to sign up when Peter first established the company. Would it be nice to follow that same path? Well, meet Pierce, Peter's son. He is brand new to marketing and he just turned 21. Pierce has already made over $70,000 with A1U in just a few short months. Important. Individual results will always vary and will depend entirely on your own individual capacity, work ethic, business skills and experience, level of motivation, diligence, applying, the enlightenment training, the economy, normal and unforeseen risks of doing business, and other factors. You are solely responsible for your own time and decisions. E1U is not liable in any way to your results. Earnings and legal disclaimers by members of E1U. E1U Enlightenment is not responsible for your actions. Enlightenment for aspirational statements only of your earnings potential. The success of our team is exceptional. Our results are not intended to be any other than or other than goals. Are y'all still awake out there? I hope you enjoyed our presentation. We really wanted to keep it, casual and lots of fun and still really informative at the same time. So I hope you guys can get your questions answered. If you don't have questions, I want to encourage you to reach out to whoever it was that invited you to this meeting tonight, because they are your experts. They are going to be able to answer every question that you have and also help you find out what package is the right fit for you if you do want to get started right now. So I want you guys to stay tuned. Next, we have some live testimonies from our members and some super special guest speakers we have on every week. So keep in mind that this next version of the meeting is going to be different every week. And you guys are welcome anytime. We'd love to have you again. So take yourself on the slide here, you guys. I don't want you to ever forget that what you think about, you bring about. The network marketing profession is on approximately $200 million in commissions every family year. That's not some made-up statistic, guys. I want you to take a stand, have an open mind, and maybe it's time that you take a closer look. So again, thank you everyone for coming out, and don't go anywhere. There's a lot more greatness about to happen.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Look where we are. We're standing on top of this big waterfall, and I'm gonna show you the bottom after, but I just want to show you how cool it is here on the top. Are you serious? Right here, right now. That is so awesome. You just interrupted my video, but that's so worth it. All right, don't fall. You should come away from there now. You're making me nervous.
But to become a paid user, oh here, look at that. 5,000 people joined in 30 days. Pretty decent number. Look at this. Gross earnings, credit cards only, $59,125 in the past 30 days. That's only credit cards. Other pay methods, so like PayPal, Bitcoin even, Western Union, check, another 7,000. And 224,325 in 30 days. And
another 290,000 on all other pay types. That's over $500,000, you guys.
Those days where you're like half asleep and it's not even 11 o'clock yet, but you still make a $250 sale because internet marketing kicks ass.
What's up, people? What's going on? Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Y'all see it, guys? We out here right now chilling. Me and Jenna, my beautiful wife, out here hanging, enjoying the day. It's looking awesome out here right now. Sweet out here right now. Everybody chilling, getting it in, doing their thing, getting their drink on, living life.
Okay, guys, so thanks for watching 1.5 of our presentation. When we test it, it always runs so nice and so smooth, and I don't know if it's because there's like more of us on the Zoom, or I don't know if it's the screen share or what, but there's always some issue with it, and so we made YouTube video, and then tonight that was giving us issue. But I think when I shorten it, that will probably help. It's just cute. I don't want to take anything out, but I know it has to be a lot shorter. So we do have a couple of new faces on tonight, so I'm just going to really quick talk about kind of why I got into it and my experience with the company. And then my friend Yusuf is on with us tonight, and I want him to talk, guys, because he's been in Easy One Up for a long time, and I want him to give you guys his experience with it. And yeah, so for me, I always say that I got into digital marketing accidentally, because when I actually knew nothing about it. Like I knew people made money off the internet, but I really had no clue how. when I moved home 2 years ago to take care of my grandma. I was still working part-time in a factory. I was putting little pieces together all the time. I'm from a really tiny town, and there's really not any options here unless you're doing some kind of factory work or you're cooking or bartending or something. And there's like really bad commutes. I'm up in the mountains in like the second smallest town in Pennsylvania, and it's just like it's hard here for work wise. But as she got worse, I had to stay home more and more. I went to part-time, and then eventually I had to quit my job. I didn't have any money coming in. I was just like living off my savings. And then I actually started talking to an old friend, and I knew she was working online, and that's how I got started, actually with another company. So when I came over to Easy One Up, it was like a whole new world because the two companies that I was with then, it was very, very different worlds. Like a lot of these MLM companies out there, they're very flashy. A lot of people will kind of do the whole fake it till they make it thing, and you don't really know who's real and who's genuine. And I didn't like that at all. It's very hard to trust anybody online, but then for it to even be like even worse like that. But when you come over to Easy One Up, it's a whole different kind of environment, a whole different culture. Everyone's super family oriented. And then with our CEO, Peter, like I brag about him all the time because he has so many accomplishments and he's so humble and such a family guy. And he really, really, really cares about all of us, like to the point where he's actually upgrading every level this month. October, it's supposed to start. All the levels are getting upgrades on the training to keep current with the times because we are in an industry that is constantly changing. And I think that's a really wonderful thing. But long story short, anyhow, I got into digital marketing, and I know that I will never, ever, ever go work for someone else ever again. I absolutely love it. I had really great results when I first started, and it's been pretty consistent ever since. And I'm really excited to be doing these training calls and these open calls for people because I think what we're doing as a team is something very, very special for the internet because you don't have a lot of like, I guess, especially in the company too, there's not really any active teams. There's a couple of active teams and that's it. Everyone kind of just does their own thing, which is fine. But a lot of people at the end of the day, they just want to belong to something, right? And so it's really nice, I think, that we have all these great people being attracted to each other and coming together to form something kind of amazing. And we're really going to impact other people's lives because of it. So I'm just really excited. I'm going to pass it over to Yusuf so he can come on and talk to you guys. And if anyone else wants to give their testimony as well tonight, I was like, who's going to be my victim tonight, you guys? But Yusuf volunteered, and I'm really excited for you guys to like meet him, and he's going to be just kind of like adopted into our team. I'm really excited to have him because he's so much fun.
Thank you, Kelly. It's very nice and sweet and thoughtful. You. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm not too sure if my headphones are working properly.
Yeah, we hear you.
Well, Kelly, thank you so much for the kind sentiment. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Again, guys, first and foremost, I really want to thank you guys for coming here tonight. I know it's a Monday night and a lot of people are busy with their lives, and I really appreciate the fact that you made time out of your night just to come here, just to meet this old New York City dude, who wants to come and share his story about how this whole thing started. I share a very similar story to Kelly. I was conditioned growing up. My childhood was not as great as many people, and I was kind of conditioned the same exact way many people were taught, where you go to school, get a fake paper that has some words on it that says degree for some reason, and then you take that paper, you go to college, and you go and fail for 4 years just to get another scam, and you get that paper, and you somehow end up in the corporate world, whatever the case is, so on and so forth. I realized in the school ages that it was definitely not for me, but at the same time, it's like I had no other option, I had no idea what to do. I did not know what else is to life out there because I was only taught that one pathway. Go to college, otherwise you become a failure. That's what my parents taught me, my grandparents. And if you're not, I don't know, a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer, you're pretty much a very miserable failure in life. You know, so I happen to be the failure in life. I graduated with a bachelor's degree. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and business administration, not because I was interested in that, but because I wanted to get the hell out of school as soon as possible. I realized that school is not for me, so on and so forth. I started working different jobs with different people. And I realized that I am God's highest form of creation. Why should I be working for people who tell me what I'm worth? You know, tell me I'm worth $15 an hour, $20 an hour. And little do you know, the $20 an hour is the value that you bring to the market. When somebody tells you that I'm going to pay you $10 an hour, that means you're only valuable $10 an hour to the market. And to be quite honest with you, I did not know how to feel about that. I mean, I went through school, I graduated valedictorian from high school. Who are you to tell me that my value is only $10 or $15 or $20 an hour to the marketplace? What if I wanted to be $1 million asset to the market? Who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, you have the option in network marketing, you know, to have unlimited paychecks. And that was the one thing that changed it for me. I got into multi-level marketing about 5 years ago in a company called Vima. Some of you may have heard about it, but the product was great. It was a great energy drink that I really loved from the bottom of my heart. It was good. Spent lots of money on the product. Maybe the whole business model of the company was not approved by the FDA. Whatever the case is, a couple of years later, the company shut down. However, what I loved about my first experience with MLM is that, you know, the people that I met, the experiences, the people, the mentality, the mindset that to become financially independent, you know, in a couple of years after, you know, I mean, in a 3 to 5 year plan where you work hard now and then rest later, you know, and the motto of either suffering now or suffering later. So I always liked the fact of becoming independent. And that's really what I wanted to do. Why do I have to wait till 65 to retire, go to Disney World 3 times, come home, you know, get sick and then die, you know? And at the same time, it's like, knowing the fact that I'm working my ass off just to pay lots of bills, why is it that it has to be that way? What if I want to enjoy it? A lot of people who have me on Facebook know I'm traveling to at least 2 different states every single month, you know, and people always tell me, how is it that you're always traveling? You know, what is it that you do and stuff like that? So, I mean, I got into internet marketing and I met lots of different people. And I always believed in the fact that teamwork always makes the dream work. I'm pretty sure you heard it somewhere on Instagram or Facebook. And when you're connected with the people who have the same mentality, the same intention, the same destination that you want, that's what you'll get. And I always tell people, you need to follow somebody who has that lifestyle that you are looking for, who has what you want. You follow what they follow, you say what they say, you do what they do, you'll get what they get every single time, regardless of how long it takes, whatever the case is. And this whole journey is something I truly enjoyed, and I was really passionate about helping people, because regardless of the money that you make, it's really about impacting lives and leaving a legacy behind you worth remembering. And this is what I live for. You know, it's like my intentions and my passion, my purpose goes way beyond money. It's all about leaving a legacy worth remembering when I'm not here anymore. And this should be the same exact mentality and mindset that a lot of people should have. And with that, obviously, when you help out a lot of people from the kindness of your own heart, comes with a reward. So the way you look at it is, the more people you help, the more reward you'll get and receive. And in this case, you know, I mean, network marketing rewards entail money, entail success, fame, recognition, whatever the case is. Everybody wants to become successful, but not everybody has the same definition of the word success. It could be money, freedom, independence, whatever the case is. I loved it. A couple years later, I took a break from online marketing and affiliate marketing, stuff like that. I had a lot of things going on, so I had to take a break. I was disconnected from Facebook and online. I was off the grid for quite some time. I got into real estate. Real estate is something I've enjoyed my entire life. I've always wanted to own properties, and you know, when you're from New York City, you're always thinking about that kind of stuff. Considering the fact that we live in one of the most expensive markets in the world, it's always a great idea, and it's one of the most practical ways to retire when you have real estate in your pocket. Got into that past year and a half. I've been working my ass off. Callie's one of the few people that know me. I am not one to give up. I was not born to become average or mediocre. I work like my life depends on it. I work 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it got to the point where it doesn't feel like work anymore. It feels like more like a lifestyle. You know, and this is where I come and tell you that if you're not truly passionate about what it is that you're doing, you will never become successful. I don't care what anybody says. A lot of cardiologists out there that make $250,000 a year, half of them don't like what they're doing. but I mean, they feel stuck. You know, they went through lots of school. They have $500,000 in debt, whatever the case is. But a lot of people do not enjoy what they do. So it's like, I don't know about you. I'm not trying to work for the next 40 years of my life, you know, at a place where I'm not truly enjoying it, if that makes sense. You know, and that's the beauty of marketing here, the beauty of internet marketing. There are plenty of options out there, plenty of companies out there. At the end of the day, you stick with one that works, one that has longevity, and especially when you're surrounded by people that share that same goal and aspiration as you do. You know, and I met Callie, you know, through a mutual friend of mine, you know, that many of you probably know. But so on and so forth. It's the relationships that you build, and it's what you do that stays long. It's how you make people feel after a long period of time. And then a couple of years down the line, I had friends of mine that told me, oh, apparently Easy One Up was the new thing out there, you know. And I was the type of person where if somebody told me, okay, let's join this, I'm like, okay, let's just do it. You know, I've been losing money here and there anyway, so might as well try it. If it works, it works. You know, if it doesn't, we'll move on to something better, something that actually works. And that's exactly what I did. Got into Easy One Up, met lots of different people. I had the opportunity to meet Peter Wolfing for the first time. We hosted an event at the Pennsylvania Hotel in New York City. And that's when I had the opportunity to go and visit him. A lot of people join these companies. The first thing that you ask yourself, okay, is this real? Who's the CEO? Will I be able to host this person? Do I have to apply and wait 3 to 6 months to get an application approved just to meet this guy for 5 minutes? I had the opportunity to go and meet with him and his son for the first time. I shook his hand, I took pictures with him, and it gave me that credibility that I wanted. Like, okay, this guy is real. He lives in New York City. He lives in the Upper East Side. He's a great person, very humble, very modest, great at what he does. I got an opportunity. So, I mean, I know Callie talked a little about Peter Wolfing in the presentation, which I'm very grateful for. And I actually like this presentation. It's pretty fun, you know, and informative at the same time. A lot of these people that create presentations, they're so lame, and by the time the third slide comes along, you're just so tired and bored. You know, you don't really want to look at it. And that's one thing that actually Easy One Up lacked when it first started, when it was first launched, is that it really lacked a training program. You know, the product is great, everything about it. I mean, the levels that you came in, so whatever level you're in, congratulations. And we are really happy to have you aboard. And at the same time, regardless of what level you're at, there's no segregation. We're all in the same company, same team, with the same dream, regardless of what you know, level you're at. I don't want you to feel that you're missing out, and I don't want the people who came in at higher levels to feel more entitled than the lower levels. We've all started somewhere, and as long as you start, we will all get there eventually. A year from today is the goal that I want you to have. A year from today, we're all going to be celebrating on a nice yacht on the way to Hawaii somewhere, sipping on some pina colada. That's the goal I want you to have, right? And I want this to be a nice goal, because this is what you need to aspire to, work hard to every single day. That's what a goal is. A goal is not something you hit. It's something that you work toward. It's a frequency you align yourself with, you know, and that's what a goal is. And something like that, like, I'm the type of person, I work hard, honestly, just to travel, you know, and something like traveling is something that I truly enjoy, and I want to spend the rest of my life traveling around the world whenever I feel like it, just to try their foods. And because I have that kind of lifestyle, I need to work hard for that lifestyle, because my lifestyle is pretty expensive, you know. So, I mean, at the same time, lots of people have different lifestyles, so it's like, that's a goal that I want to work hard for. You know, I want to be able to retire my family, go take them to Disney whenever I want, and travel the world when I can. You know, and that should be something that you should have as well. What is the thing that you are truly passionate about? What wakes you up every single morning? That burning fire that's inside you. What is that true desire that you have, that you want to do so bad, that you need to make sure that you make this work? And when you have a sickening work ethic, a very strong why, and you have a burning desire to work, when you're so irate, you have that tenacity inside yourself to work so hard, is that moment where you're going to make it happen. You know, regardless of the obstacles that we come across, regardless of the difficulties, regardless of the challenges. You know, greatest speaker named Jim Rohn, you probably heard about it. I forgot what it actually says, but when he says, don't ask for, don't wish it were easier, wish you were more skilled, or don't wish for less challenges, wish for more wisdom. So at the same time, it's like part of life. Life has its ups and downs, but the lessons that we learn from the ups and downs of life is what makes us the people that we are. Here we are part of a great company where, I mean, apparently the new thing out there is internet marketing, which I'm very grateful to be part of. Right now is the time of the year, and we're at the early stages of internet marketing. The train has just arrived. And I'm glad you guys all embarked on that train, because 5 years, 10 years down the line, who knows what can happen. So might as well you know, you came at the right time, you make lots of money, and then leave. And then at the end of the day, it'll be a nice experience, you know, and teach generations, so on and so forth. Who knows what's going to happen 10 years down the line? And at the end of the day, you know, the market is always changing. So the new phase out there is internet marketing. And so many people who never believed in internet marketing and always thought that this was a scam and stuff like that, people who are just indulged in traditional marketing are now slowly turning into internet marketing. And by the time they get here, we'll be millionaires. So I hope you guys are really excited about that. But at the same time, again, there are people in this company who have been here for 2+ years. There are people who have been here for 2+ months. So I'm really glad that we're all on board. This way you'll get a chance to meet lots of different people, learn from so many different people, acquire great knowledge, great value that you will be able to incorporate into your own business to become successful. I'm not too sure if many people are actually listening and watching the training videos in the products that you actually bought. So if you guys are not doing that, I would highly appreciate you do that, because so many people out there just buy products and just leave them on the side. They have no idea what they bought, but they just say, okay, I bought this product, but I have no idea what it's about. And the reason why I say that is because I was a victim of that. I came in at Vertex, or whatever that $500 one was before the Vertex Pro came out. And I just bought it, and I never watched the video, I promise. And then Peter told me, maybe you should actually start looking into the product. And if you guys actually do, you'll see that a lot of these products hold tremendous and immense value that you can definitely use, not only in your internet marketing business, but these are universal laws that you can apply to so many concepts and aspects of your life. You know, I know some of these videos talk a lot about mentality and mindset and paradigm shifts. You know, you don't need mentality just, you know, to apply to Easy One Up. You need that to apply to every aspect of your life. And that's something you should look into. I mean, it's a product that you bought. So it's like, if I paid up $500 or $1,000 for a product, I sure as hell want to know what the hell that product is about. You know, for guys, on a side note, I'm very sorry if I curse a lot. It's a New York City problem. I'm trying to work on that. You know, so I really apologize. But at the same time, it's like number one, you need to know your product, right? That's the essence of internet marketing. Doesn't matter what product you have, it's the skill that you need to work on. Know your product, and you need to know how to effectively communicate with people. You need to be very articulate. And at the same time, one key note that a lot of people do not know as to, you know, what determines your success in internet marketing is you need to know how to sell your product. I don't care what you look like. I don't care where you're coming from. I don't care how much money you have in your bank. I don't care what your education, what your degree looks like. You need to know how to sell that product. You can have a great funnel. You can have great traffic, you know, but what's the point of lots of traffic coming to your funnel if they cannot convert and if you don't know how to sell? It's really about that convincing. At the same time, you know, we teach you effectively not to become that sleazy salesperson that everybody hates. You know, we don't want to make it seem like a big pitch. We're the type of people, we want to lay a nice platform where you completely be yourself. You know, we teach you the basics, and then you cater that to your own personality. It's really about connecting with that person, being able to relate to them, and use that product as a vehicle to get to where they want to be, whether it's their family, education, success, money, whatever the case is, adding just a, you know, additional stream of income. You know, Warren Buffett says average millionaire has 7 streams of income. You should be working on 11. So I don't see why you wouldn't want to make this work. But so on and so forth. And then what's it called? I know I got off track a little bit. So after making my real estate business work, I decided I want to come back to Easy One Up. And Pierce, 3 months ago, sends me a message saying, hey, are you coming to the event? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he says, oh, we're having an event in Hollywood. I'm like, interesting. And I told him, yeah, I understand. I haven't been online for a while. I don't want to feel left out, considering the fact that I haven't been online for, past couple of months. And he said, you know what? You know, don't start giving me these lame excuses, because I know how you are. You always try to find the easy way out of you not coming. So he forced me to come. He sent me the link, and he literally messaged me every 35 minutes if I had opened the link and bought the access to the event. And I said, you know what? After 3 days later of him being very consistent, quote unquote, very annoying, I decided that I am going to surrender, and I'm going to buy access to that event. And I said, you know what? I think it's time that I'm going to buy it. Might as well. I want to go meet Peter again and meet Pierce, because I really missed him. I haven't seen him for a while. Meet Michael Mansell. If you guys don't know who that is, please find out who he is. He's a great guy as well. Him and his wife, Lauren. And I said, you know what? I think I'm going to go because I wanted that energy back. I wanted that motivation back. If you're the type of person, if you feel discouraged, frustrated, you feel like you start overthinking, doubting yourself, saying whether or not I don't think I can do this, my advice to you, go to an event. Sometimes the event doesn't need you. In this case, you need the event more than anything else in the world. And the reason being is because when I went there, yes, I was really excited. I got to be in Hollywood. I got to be on vacation, traveling, meeting great people. But the energy that you feel inside that event when you're physically there is a brain changer, because that's what really ignites that fire inside you again. And this is when you have that switch on mentality. You come back to wherever you were and you have that dominant mentality where, you know what, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to go back to my business. I'm going to dominate, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this successful and thrive in my business. And this is where it's like, all right, you go to an event because you meet great people, you enhance on your skills, and you learn new things. Like I went to the event, and I swear to you, Peter spent one whole day talking just about mentality, talking just about vibes, energies, and mindset. I always knew that mindset has a lot to do with your business. I thought maybe 40%, 50%, but he said 90% is in your head and 10% is what you do, and I'm not pretty sure a lot of people have read this before. They say if you can conceive it and believe it, you'll be able to achieve it, so it all happens in your mind, and if you can see it in your mind, you will be able to hold it in your hand. So if you can become successful, I want you to, close your eyes. And sometimes you need to take a step back, reevaluate, reassess what you're doing in your business, and reevaluate some decisions you're taking in life. I want you to close your eyes, think about where you want to be a year from now. What is it that you truly want? And they say what you constantly think about, you attract into your life, and then the slide says what you think about, you bring about. And it's not something that's just said. It's not just something that somebody put in a ticket and then it was picked out. It's honest truth. It brings true meaning to reality. What you constantly think about is that motivation that you speak into existence, and that's how you'll be able to manifest that into your own reality. You want to become successful. You want to become a millionaire. You want to retire your family. You want to become successful. Easy one up. Whatever the case is, you're going to make it happen. Number one, you put in the hard work. The perseverance, the consistency, the confidence, the commitment, all of them together is how you'll become successful and prosper in your business, regardless of any company you're in. If you're an Easy One Up or what else is out there? Exodus, what's that company that shut down? Digital Altitude and stuff like that. All people that joined for a purpose. Obviously, they were not happy with their current circumstances, so they had to, come online and figure out a way to make an additional stream of income. And this is why we're here in Easy One Up. And whether or not you want to make an additional $500 a week or $5,000 a week, it's the same exact concept, right? It's working on yourself. I was also taught, a question was told, how do you make double the money in half the time? So everybody is always excited about, I definitely want to make, double the money in half the time. What do I do? What's the secret? What's that? And the secret here is you. You work on yourself, you will make it happen. Right? You work on your skills, you work on your mentality, and you work on your relationships. You definitely need to surround yourself with people who share the same mentality as you. You're right. Who's the one that said you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around with the most? I forgot who that person was, but it's the honest truth. It's like you are the person that you surround yourself with the entire time. So if you want to surround yourself with big ballers, that's eventually who you are. You won't surround yourself with people who waste your time. You're a waste of time. You surround yourself with successful people, that's eventually who you'll become. And I want all you guys to become successful. I want all you guys to come next year to Madison Square Garden, where we're going to speak on stage about how we made this happen, how we laughed at our own, obstacles that we faced, how we all started together and how we ended up on stage, and how we're going to create new success stories, every single day for the rest of forever. And that's the whole point of internet marketing, the relationships you build, and it's the legacy you leave worth remembering. Sorry if I talk too much, guys, but this is just a brief synopsis of who I am and how I came about to be in internet marketing. Callie definitely touched up on it just a little bit. I made a decision that I'm going to join Easy One Up again, full time. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to give it my commitment, my dedication, and I am here at the same, regardless of all of Easy One Up and everything else we're doing here. One of my goals in life is that I want to be a motivational speaker when I retire. And the reason being is because it's not for money or whatever, it's not for fame, recognition. But I told you, it's like my purpose goes way beyond money, and I want to leave a legacy worth remembering, even when I'm not here. As a motivational speaker, I want to be able to be there for people that need an extra push in life. Because I mean, we're human beings. We're not robots. Sometimes we can always use some motivation. We can always use an extra push in life. And this is what I want to do. I want to become like that Tony Robbins when I retire. I want to become like that Eric Thomas or Les Brown, somebody who started from nothing but ended up somewhere. You know, like, I mean, I want to be able to say I came from nothing and now I'm okay. Now I made this happen, and I want to make sure that you make this happen as well. You know, at the same time, it's like my advice to you: if you don't believe in yourself now, look in the mirror. Right, your only competition is that person you see in the mirror. The only person you should be is much better than the person you were yesterday. If you don't believe in yourself, I want you to trust the fact that Callie and I believe in you. And until you get that conviction to make it happen in your business, I want you guys to lock arms with each other. I will personally be here for you. Callie will be here for you. Valerie, I forgot your last name. I'm sorry. It was a pleasure meeting you at the event. She will also be here for you. She's a great person who definitely knows how to become a lady boss. And so we're all going to become bosses, right? We're going to make substantial amounts of income. And here's the best part. You know what's the cap on your income in internet marketing? Your cap in internet marketing is unlimited. That's your cap over here. So who's ready to make unlimited money here, right? I'm very excited for you, and I believe in all you guys. I wish you guys the best of success, the best of luck. If you guys do not have me on Facebook, add me, right? I'm always around. I'm the type of person. Make sure you somehow find me from Callie's page or whoever has me. Kudos to you. And in the meantime, I'm usually awake until 3 or 4 in the morning. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, whatever the case is, and I'm not perfect either. I'm still learning. Like, I mean, concerning the fact that I'm joining back Full Throttle, I'm still going to have to lock arms with Callie. I'm still going to have to lock arms with Nate. I have to lock arms with Valerie just so I can get back into groove and understand how things work. Because, I mean, after 2 years, lots of changes have happened. So I need to familiarize myself with what's going on here. In the meantime, guys, I am going to stick on the call. If you have any questions, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your night to listen to me blabber about so many different things. And I'm very excited for us all. And I cannot wait to see you guys and so much more, right, next year in Madison Square Garden. And the reason why I say that is because, I mean, it's in the city and I'm a proud New Yorker. So I'm going to bring a whole army to Madison Square Garden just to share our story with the world and tell them why they should join us. All right, guys, thank you so much for everything. I kindly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And here's the microphone back to Callie.
So that was awesome. Thank you. I was like, well, meeting's over. I don't even need to talk anymore. That was so good. Thank you. So, yeah, you guys. Yusuf got to go to the event that everyone went to, and I didn't know that he was going. And I was really mad because I would have went if I knew he was going. And so I was really excited that he got to go. I really wanted him to come back and share this experience. And then we got to talking about Easy Went Up, and he said he's coming back. And I was like, you're coming back with us, because that's amazing. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about it. I don't want to keep you guys. I try not to let the meetings run super, super long. So I'm just going to release you guys out into the wild tonight. It's almost 10 o'clock. You guys got things to do, and I got things to do. But we do this every single week, every single Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We never miss. So hope to see you guys back here again. And make sure if you have questions, go back to whoever invited you here tonight. Make sure you get back in touch with them, because they are the experts and they can answer all your questions. And that's it. Hope to see you next week. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Callie, stay online.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Hang up and then call me again.
Okay.